Boy, do I have something exciting this year on Hummingbird Birdbaths for Easter or whenever. Just get an egg in a bucket now. I could not believe that I found something for a penny. I actually talked to one of the managers there and they said, warehouse clearance. And we'll get more into that in a few minutes. Please check out your Dollar Tree because this is what the hummingbirds love. Now, this I made over a year ago and I did the video, but we have newly improved it. See how the bottom's open? The only thing that this hummingbird bird bath is a hummingbird bird bath because the other birds have no way of getting to it. The hummingbirds can land on the top. So what we're going to do is get these eggs that are like $1.25. Yes, they're still $1.25. They haven't raised their price. And we're going to remove the plastic egg. Keep the tubing. You never know. We might make something out of it later. Now what we need to do is we need to get a straw, and I use jumbo straws, which you can find anywhere. They're for boba drinks, so you can find those anywhere. You might even have one laying in a drawer. You probably had one of those drinks. But anyways, I'm going to take my soldering iron to make a hole, but I'm going to show you two different ways of doing it. And I'm going to make the hole just big enough for the straw. You want to do this slowly because you really want that straw to have a tight fit so it doesn't wiggle around. And it's going to stand upright so those hummingbirds can land on it. But if you cut it too big, just get some painter's tape, wrap it around, and make your straw a little thicker and it will work. We've got fixes for all kinds of things here. And now we want to make a hole on the top of the egg, like the egg is cracked open. This is where your hummingbird is going to land on top and have a blast. Now we're going to have to do some stuff to get it to work right, but I want to show you here that you can use a scissors once you make a hole, and you can cut it whatever way you want. You want to make it jagged, you want to make a circle around it. It doesn't matter. They don't care. As long as that water is bubbling out, that's all they care about because they love running water over their body. It really helps them scrub all that nectar and pollen off. Now on the bottom, you can also use a scissors if you don't want to use a soldering iron to make that hole for the straw. So either way will work. So you got different methods of doing it here, which is exciting. Is this not cute? Look to the right. You can't get anything cuter than that. Now we're going to need to do some fixes, not just decorations, but a perch. Now you could use a hot glue gun, but I found out normally that will fall off. When you use a hot glue gun on plastic, it just comes off and it releases and you don't have anything good. But puffy paint for fabric sticks really good. I use it all the time. Get the cheapest ones. This bottle cost me $1 and then decorate it any way you want. Take your time. Make it cuter. I know you've got more time than me probably. Zigzag it around, make your dots. That's for us to look at because we want to kind of have it pop. And you can use different colors on it any way you want the kids. Get them involved in doing this and put all those dots around. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to outline the top where the hummingbird's going to sit. Also in fabric paint, all around the top edge. And then see on the top edge, I forgot to show it. With that yellow paint we went around, that becomes your hummingbird perch. He's going to hang on to that. It's the perfect size, perfect softness, perfect grip. They love that. Look, you got an egg ready for a hummingbird, but we're going to make it better this year. We're going to invite all the other birds in. Now, when I put it out, they love it. I kind of take it away after Easter, but my goodness, they do remember this fountain. Now, I'm going to use a solar fountain kit here. We will not need all the parts that come to it. All we're going to need is the pump and the solar panel. But I'm going to show you another way of setting this up too, in case you don't have a lot of sunlight or you want to sit it in the shade. Now with this, we're going to add the straw onto the bottom. We don't need the rest of the stuff. Don't throw it away. You might do something later with it because it comes with all kinds of sprayers and stuff. And we're going to put it on. Now this straw is too loose. Now you can go get tubing at Home Depot, Lowe's, or any aquarium store, but I love using straws. And you know what? They last for years as long as you keep using them. The water keeps them fresh. And this worked out perfect. The straw was too long, so I just clipped it off of the one straw, the piece I needed to build my straw up. Now what I do is I slit the straws up into pieces. What I'm doing is I'm wrapping the slit pieces of straws on the base of the pump because we're going to basically make that straw thicker. We're going to push it on so it gives a good grip, and sometimes you may need to use two depending on the size of your straw. Now the pump's got some suction cups there and it's going to stand, and that's how I did it last year, just letting it stand there with the water in it. because we didn't need to go ahead and do anything else. So we just put our pump in. And as you can see, I cut a piece of red straw off another straw to make it thicker so it'd be really tight on the straw. Now these pumps are incredibly easy to make. I always put the links under my description as to where I get these solar panel kits. They're like $10, $15. I get mine on eBay. Sometimes you can get them other places, but they will cost more. But they're fun to put together, they're easy to use, and you don't need electricity. And once you get them out there, you can sit them anywhere you want as long as you have some sun. And now it's just a matter of sitting back and watching the birds and having a blast. Well, they're having a blast, and so am I, watching them come in, having so much fun and enjoyment out of a fountain, which is so important to them. But this year, I know we can do 100 times better, and I'm going to show you what I did to improve it, and the birds are loving it. I went to Dollar Tree to get a bowl that would fit on top of this bucket. And they do sell these buckets still. And I took my soldering iron, and with my hot soldering iron that I absolutely love, I made the hole bigger. But I looked around the store and I found them. And when I scanned them, I could not believe they were a penny. I thought it was a mistake. And I had to scan it twice. I found out from the guy at the register, he explained to me that it was a clearance. And I have found things for 49 cents, but I've never found anything for a penny. And that was 2 bowls for a penny. I will tell you, I went back and I bought them all. I'm going to plant in them. But I made the hole in the center here, big enough to slide the straw through. Now I'm taking my hot soldering iron from the base, but it doesn't matter. I like doing it from the bottom because wherever you push it in is where there's going to be a little bit divot, and the other side will be clean and smooth. Again, won't matter which way you do it, but you make the hole so the water will go back in the bucket. Now you put your egg in there with the straw, and look at this. We now have a bowl that house finches and all the birds can come and drink from the base as the hummingbirds bathe off the top. So what I did with this one is I brought it outside, set it up just like you do my others, but I'm going to use a pet fountain pump. And those can run off of a solar panel or a USB power bank. Now it's a little, loose, so I took painter's tape. Make sure your hands are dry, make sure the straw is dry, and your pump is dry. Otherwise it won't work. Painter's tape is waterproof, but everything's got to start dry. Once you wrap it on and it's dry and you get it snug like this, you're good to go. Now you can set it up and it can take the water. The main thing is everything's dry in the beginning. That's a phone backup battery. Look at this. We now have a fountain that we can sit in the shade. We can sit anywhere, and I run so many fountains this way. And I love adding rocks. Why? It's natural. I'm going to tell you that the moment I walked away, they came to it. I hadn't even had it out this year. They remembered my regulars, and they love this fountain. They like being up in the air and taking the bath as the water runs down their body. And it's not just them, it's the other hummingbirds come in too, and they're waiting. It is a shame that this fountain only lets one hummingbird take a bath at a time, but that's okay. They're independent birds. They're not that friendly anyway, so they'll have to wait their turn. But is that not adorable? And you can sit it anywhere you want? And yes, he'll just have to wait. That's life. But it works out really good, and I really enjoy watching them. They don't fight over it really much. He's just waiting to see when he's going to get off. But what I love about this with the bowl, not because it was a penny, all right, so it might cost you $1, is now you can invite in the house finches and all the other birds that come. They can take a bath in the bowl. They can drink water out of it because they can perch on the edge and enjoy the fountain. So everybody enjoys it. And when it's really hot, you could drop a couple ice cubes on the top, either in the bucket itself or in the top of the bowl. Either way works, but the hummingbirds love it. It looks cute. You can decorate it any way you want. And well, what else can I say? I've had a blast making these fountains. I'm going to continue making them. And I figured instead of throwing out a fountain I made over a year ago, why not zhuzh it up a little bit, add some better features, because as time goes on, we figure out better ways or new ways or different things to do. So I hope you enjoyed this. Leave your comments. And with that, have a wonderful day. Don't forget to eat what you grow. And let's just watch this little guy. Oh, so cute. Bye-bye for now.